right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Africans Talking Sports with your host, Big Scout. Ty is here, Drinko, the European statman, is here, and Al Banter, the Arsenal man who, let's be honest,
And he wanted to talk about Arsenal games today. All
he,
Arsenal
want,
games.
he wants to
He
talk
already got
about
one. You want
Arsenal.
to talk about another one?
Yeah. All right, well,
No,
For 30 minutes.
I just waited for the man to explain himself about 3 p.m. and 3-0.
okay. Let's
It's
not
still
jump
early.
ahead
It's
of
still early.
ourselves. What we're going to do is review the European Champions League games today first, and then after that, we'll go over the Premier League games, and then, as usual, we'll do our predictions for next week. Now, the Champions League game next week? The return
Yeah,
fixtures?
next
yeah,
week,
Tuesday
Tuesday,
and Wednesday. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey,
Second
coming
leg.
up fast, man. Coming up fast.
It never used to be that. It used to be at least 2 weeks, right?
No, not when it gets to the final stage.
Not for the first and second leg.
Yeah,
Okay.
when it gets to the
I
semi-final
thought it used
stage,
to
it's a
be-
week after.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, because
I
the
don't.
finals gonna be in May.
All right. Well,
Yeah, so
let's start it off with the first game, Champions League. The Champions League, Real Madrid at home to Liverpool. Class tactics from Zizou. Even without Ramos and
The
Varane, yeah, the two main center backs. It was a game fairly dominated by Madrid. I mean, Liverpool had some chances, but I don't think they came prepared that they will let guys. What did you see? How do you assess that game?
Well, we'll let the Madrid man go last since it's so hype.
oh yeah.
Well, the first thing I noticed in that game was, and I'll give credit to Zidane, because a lot of times he won't do that. Usually Tony Cruz will play a little bit up front, like a little bit up front in front of Casemiro. But that game, he dropped Cruz closer to the defense. Cruz a more deep line and spraying passes all over the field, and were giving Liverpool a hard time. Like they struggle with Toni Kroos passes like all game long. Like even the first pass for that goal to Vinny, to Vinicius, like the pass was pinpoint. For one, I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't think it was gonna result into anything, because I saw who was running behind. I was like, okay, that's
funny.
done. Because Trent Alexander-Arnold was right behind him, and the other defender was in front of him. So I was like, okay, that's fine. But Vinny took it in stride on his chest. And I mean, the goal was beautiful. I'm not even going to front. The goal was beautiful. He took it on his chest and placed it well. And that set the tone for the rest of the game. Madrid missed like a bunch of chances in that game. They missed a bunch of chances, and Liverpool wasn't offering anything in attack. And as I told you guys, you don't want to believe me, man, but Trent Alexander-Arnold, he needs to work on that defense. He's a great attacking player, but he needs to work on that defense, or else he will continue to be a liability on the team. But I'll pass it over to you for what you guys saw.
Well, Al Banter, how impressed were you with the boys?
I was
in
not
white?
impressed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
I was not
yeah, but
impressed.
the man had picked Liverpool, so you.
No, it's not that. I would tell you that there is something wrong with Liverpool. That I didn't see nothing. Klopp has a big problem on his hand, and if he doesn't do something quick, it's going to be a bad end to the season. I don't think it was that Madrid did anything extra, but Liverpool, I guess the Premier League Malas has entered into the Champions League for them. They just wasn't. The defense was non-existent. Apparently, those guys that they brought in is not working out.
So you don't get credit to the opposition
No,
a little
I'm not-
bit?
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I said
okay.
we didn't do anything extra.
You didn't see how Modric and Cruz orchestrated that midfield. I mean, they were really on
They
the
were
game.
good. I mean, they were good. But again, when you're playing against a team that is out of form and you are not being coached by Mikel Arteta, I mean,
Jesus
you're going you gonna beat them. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Yeah, you gonna beat them. So it's that's just what I just saw a disjointed Liverpool team
So
that
give us some good things Madrid
that
did.
is
The
falling
man said he wasn't
apart.
impressed. What do you mean good things? Let him
No,
just
I just
talk.
want to hear.
Yeah,
And
but
so,
you gotta let me go through the game though, because you keep asking me these questions like you want a specific answer. You're not gonna get those answers from me.
okay,
Okay.
go ahead, bro. My
Let me
brother.
Go ahead. You stalling. You stalling.
So that's no, I was answering the next question.
Drinko's itching.
Drinker itching, and let me let him itch a little bit so you can lose the train of thought. But anyway, no. My thing when I looked at a game, I wanted to focus on Liverpool because there's something wrong there. He need to get it together quick. Vinny Gion was I think Vinny Gion was good on the day. He was working, he was running his pace. The Liverpool defense couldn't keep up with his pace. Um, I just, I was watching him and I was thinking about, some of the Madrid fans' behavior towards him remind me of a certain Arsenal fan behavior to Nicolas Pepe, and yeah, so it's just, but he was the guy for them.
Man,
He rescued them. I didn't see nothing much from baseline in that game. Yeah, Madrid, the veteran, he did his thing. What's his name? What's the other German guy name?
Cruz.
Cruz. Yeah, Cruz did his thing too. But I think this game for me, it was about Liverpool and Club. Club has to do something soon. The long ball, they couldn't handle the long ball at all. I mean, every ball that dropped over the top, the defense couldn't handle it or couldn't keep up with it. So I mean, that's how I look at it.
Cruz was pinging them, man. Cruz was pinging them.
Yeah,
like great passes. Great
They
passes.
couldn't handle it.
Let's go to the expert analysis because
Yeah,
I'm feeling some hate coming from the Arsenal man over there.
Why are you surprised,
So-
man?
so- so a lot of
He won't
surprise.
give
So
Madrid
we'll
any
give it
credit.
to
Look.
we'll give it to Drenko. Drenko does the same when Arsenal he do the Arsenal game.
Madrid,
Exactly.
Yeah,
We'll let him-
Madrid won at home 3-1. And Al said it was not impressive. Al, it was impressive. He said Vinicius was good. Vinicius was excellent on the night.
I agree with that one.
He was excellent on the night. Look, Liverpool didn't play well during the first half, and we all know that. But in the second half of that game, Liverpool stepped up a little bit better than they did in the first half. But the way the midfield for Madrid orchestrated that game, it was just hard for Liverpool to catch a grip. I don't know why club started Keita over what's his name?
Fabinho?
What's the slow midfield guy name?
No, you're talking about
Milner?
Alcantara.
No, Alcantara, Thiago.
Well, you think it was
Thiago.
making a difference though? I mean, he's just
Thiago,
clicking that thing.
considering that Thiago is better suited for the Spanish game, you think he will start Thiago?
He better suited for that kind of game.
Okay,
That
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
That's slow.
yeah. Okay, but Toni Kroos was excellent. Asensio played one of his best games that he has played in recent times.
I don't know about that one though.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't see much for him.
Since he had some lucky bounces, he didn't play as great as Finney.
He didn't play as great. Nobody played as great as Vinny in that game. I
hope it's not a goal that he scored.
That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, I guess it's because
No, not just hey, he got a goal, so what? But not just a goal, but he played good. And then I think the Liverpool foul line was disjointed too with Mane, Salah, Jota. They didn't really orchestrate that much. And Manolito played one of his best games for Real Madrid that he's ever played in defense. And Nacho was good too. So even though we're missing Ramos and Varane, I think our defense stood the test of time. Now going towards the second leg, I think we can still get into Liverpool and put away with one that we're going and take the tie.
All right, yeah. That's I
if
was surprised by the
Liverpool
center back pairing and how well they played. I mean, they didn't have a lot of pressure, especially in the first half. I was surprised at how composed they were. Both of them worked well together, and really, just the two old midfielders. I'm just surprised at the amount of composure and the amount of time they had on the ball, especially in the first half, that they were able to pick those long passes and dismantle that Liverpool defense.
And the way, and Tio touched on this when he said that Zidane dropped Kroos back, right? But the way Zidane dropped Kroos back, and you saw what Casemiro did in that game. Casemiro were all over the field in that game.
Yeah.
So if Liverpool win 2-0, you guys are out basically.
No. If Liverpool win 2-0, they're at home. So yeah, if they win 2-0, we're out. Yeah, because they'll have that
okay.
one away goal. So we need an away goal.
It's
I
still
mean,
it's still stuff to play for actually. Yeah.
yeah, it's still a high order for Liverpool, but we need an away goal.
I don't
So
think
early
Liverpool
away
gonna
goal will
win.
help.
Yeah, me neither. I don't
win
think so.
2-0.
You know, that's one of the things I don't like about this whole away goal thing. But
What do you mean you don't like what? Because
I
it's
mean, it's
not
not that
working.
I hate it. No, it's not that I
It's
hate
fine.
it. But you know, when you, and after a victory like that, you know, you would think that your chances is high, but you know,
Yeah,
then you have to worry about.
They make people to come out and play. You
I
gotta
don't,
come
I
out
don't,
and
I
play.
don't, I don't hate the away goal. Right? I
don't
like
mind
the
it.
away goal, and I like it in the early stages, like the,
Group stage and
round of 16, the round of 32, or whatever. You know, the two knockout stages before you get to the quarterfinals. But when you get to the semifinals, man, if you get to the semifinals, you should just play one game, bro. Same way as the final.
That's what I did last year, right? That's what I did last year. Last year it was just one. It was just one
Yeah,
game.
last year was just one game.
Yeah, because of COVID. Yeah.
Yeah, because
It was just one and done.
That was when they had a tournament style thing in Portugal, I think, right?
Yeah, and they had to push. They had
year.
to play the games really fast to catch up with the time.
Well,
Yeah, I think that was a good win for Real Madrid, man. And
all right.
going
We'll
to
go to
Liverpool, we need to sneak in that away goal, and we'll be fine.
All right. Well, impressive result from Real Madrid. We move on to the next game from Tuesday. Manchester City at home to Dortmund. Didn't go as I thought it was going to go. Dortmund really played good football, and it took a last-minute goal from Foden for City to win. I think everything is still open in this matchup.
I kept telling you last week. You were like, "Oh, do they even stand a chance?" I said, "Yeah, they stand a chance." What do you mean they don't stand like they stand a chance? It's City in Europe, and Dortmund got point blank robbed that game. The goal that Jude Bellingham was going to score.
Yes.
That it wasn't a foul. I don't get these referees. If you got VAR, why are you blowing a whistle on a controversial tiki-taki play before you see the end result to review it? The mere fact he blew that whistle, you can't review anything after the whistle. Yeah, so you got to review before the whistle. You can't review anything after that whistle. So he basically killed that play. That was a clean goal. That game should have been a 2-2 game. I mean, granted, City missed a lot of chances too because they were in Dortmund defense a lot. They were missing chances. But one thing I'll say from that game, and I keep saying it, I keep getting mad every day I see him play. Kevin De Bruyne, that dude passing. Right now, I don't know anybody who can pass the ball better than him right now. Right, that's what I'm saying. I don't know anybody who passes the ball better than him right now.
Some kind of a form,
man. His passing is class. Like I mean, the man pass can put a whole defense in disarray. I can take at least 2 to 3 players with one pass. And it don't be like no simple passes. It be like from distance too. And he be threading it. He can either thread it or lift it up or thread it or lift it up.
Did he score? Did he score in this game?
He scored the first goal.
The first goal. But did you remember that after that game, I sent a chat and I was like, "Who do you think is the best player right now?"
I remember that.
Yeah, and I bought it on that guy is phenomenal, man. The kind of football that De Bruyne is playing right now, it's great. And City just signed him to a new contract, so that's great for them. But I mentioned also last week that City might have gotten 2 goals, but Dortmund was going to at least sneak away with an away goal, which is good for them. Yeah. I think the away goal set the tie up nicely going back into Dortmund. The only bad thing again about Dortmund is they don't have the fans. I think if they had the fans there, it would be a whole different second leg for that game. But the game was good. It was a great game. But I think on that play again that T.Y. touched on, Dortmund got robbed. They got robbed.
Yeah, man, that was a horrible call. That was a horrible call.
It was a horrible call because Edison basically acted. The dude never touched him.
But I mean, Jingle, there was a lot of acting in that game. Remember when Emre Can, there was a free kick and Emre Can kind of tried to play with his heel, and Rodri like dropped and started holding his face like somebody kicked his face. And they didn't touch him. Yeah, they didn't touch him. And the ref actually called a penalty first. They had to go back and review it. They had to go back and review it.
Yeah,
And
like
then,
you
and
already
then
checked,
they saw that they didn't touch him. It was a lot of acting in that
City
game.
City has always been like that. They know when to foul people to stop any counter attacks on it, and they know how to act to get. They kind of remind me of the Barcelona of 2009,
No,
2010.
nobody can write up Barcelona though. Barcelona was special with that stuff. They were annoying.
But it wasn't the same Pep team then back then
Of
too.
course, it was the same
Yeah,
Pep team. He himself used to do that when he was playing anyway. So
yeah. So maybe is it Al, you have anything to add to the Dortmund?
I mean, my whole thing about the Dortmund game is, first of all, the score line for me was good for Dortmund. I mean, I expected City to actually dominate them more than what really happened in that game. But the highlight for me in that game was Kevin De Bruyne. Look, the passes that ball was making all over the place was
Man.
crazy. Foden should have scored probably a hat trick in that game.
yes,
There were
that's why I thought they missed a lot of chances. That's true.
Foden should have scored a hat trick in that game. There were like two exquisite passes to him in the box. I don't know how he missed that, but I mean, that just was I don't want to take too long on the game, but I kid you, man, he's doing it.
That dude is. I mean, if I had to pick one player now that I think is on top of the game, there's a lot
Bro,
of them. But
come on, bro. We had De
De Bruyne is on
we
top
had
of the
De
game,
Bruyne, we had De Bruyne, we had Salah, we had Lukaku. All of them left.
Don't start here, Ty.
Jesus Christ.
The man is Arsene Wenger,
I just no, guys, we almost had them. We actually had them in the team.
I can see an argument for Salah and De Bruyne. I don't know if Lukaku was going to be that much of a difference over there.
But you score everywhere you win. What are you talking about?
Of the third, was it the third goal, right?
From
the one that Gundogan's break in the box.
Yeah, that was De Bruyne pass.
Dude, that pass was excellent.
that was De Bruyne pass.
This is like the pass was excellent, pinpoint pass, and and Gundogan, his experience show. Some people never when you break the ball, some people try to neurotic, kick it straight in the back of the net. But he break the ball, stop.
Gundogan is a smart player.
Very smart
he's
player.
Good too. Yeah, he's
very smart player.
On top of his game this season.
Yeah, calmly hold the ball right in there on the touchline and just slide it to a Foden.
And that's his old team he was playing against. He was playing against Dortmund. I remember him from Dortmund. That's where I actually started liking him from. When he was at Dortmund what a kid named the short kid, man. He was like a wonder kid before.
Oh, I want to
talk about. I think he scored in the World Cup.
Is that Nuri Sahin?
No, not Nuri Sahin. Yeah.
Mario Götze.
Mario Götze.
Oh, the guy that's for the final.
He used to play on that team.
And then he disappeared from the face of the earth.
Yeah,
well, no, he went to Bayern. He went to Bayern and he struggled at Bayern, so he left Bayern and went back.
He's in the Eredivisie right now. I forget which team he played.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. He actually kind of realized it. Anyway, we'll go on to Wednesday games. Chelsea with a very calm and composed 2-0 win away from home.
I said calm and composed.
No.
That game was balanced for me. It was very balanced.
I think the game was pretty much balanced, and I think Porto defended pretty well, especially.
Well, Porto is playing at home, acting like they're playing away.
It wasn't at home. It was like in a neutral ground.
They didn't play at the stadium.
Playing in Spain.
They
play at Sevilla Stadium. Yeah.
So where you guys playing the home leg?
In Sevilla Stadium too.
That is messed up
because of COVID.
Oh man, that is messed up. But the Liverpool game will be played in Liverpool, right?
Yeah, and that's the only game that's on neutral ground
the only game on neutral ground
for this round.
Is the Chelsea and
Porto
game. So how come Slavia play in London?
Well, apparently
Slavia Prague not from Portugal. Portugal got different COVID rules.
So Portugal cannot enter a country on COVID.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
That is
so once you cannot go to one country, then you put both of your games on a neutral ground.
Ty, walk us through the Chelsea game. What
did
you like? What did you not like? And how do you see the second leg going?
Well, the only thing I like is we won 2-0. That's the only thing I like. I'm serious. I'm very serious. That's the only thing I like.
The
The game, I mean, I said,
Oh, that
we
was a
won,
nice
we
goal.
won 2-0. Mason Mount been doing that. I will get to that point. But the game was not calm at all. Porto was defending, but Porto actually gave us problems on set pieces, on diagonal passes into the box. And Porto was missing two key players. They were missing Oliveira,
Oh,
their
about to say.
star,
Yeah.
and they were missing Taremi, that one of the highest goal scorer. And it was still causing problems for our defense. When those guys come back next game, this tie is like far from over. If Chelsea don't get their stuff together, we can lose this tie. We can still lose this tie if they don't get their stuff together. I don't know for the life of me why Tuchel insists. I mean, I get it. Conte was injured from the previous game. I would have played Billy Gilmore, the kid, before I played Jorginho in that midfield, especially after that horror show at West Brom. Jorginho does not work in a midfield with Kovacic. Both of them are not fast enough, are not tactically aware enough to defend. Like, I mean, when people can run out midfield like it's just an open road. Like, every time you see people counter attacking us, Jorginho is always trailing. He can't tackle. He can't attack. When
And
we're
he
playing
doesn't have
teams,
a lot of speed. He doesn't
yeah,
have a
that's what I'm
lot
saying.
of.
Yo,
When we're playing teams that stand off us, oh yeah, Jorginho can look like he can look like like Martin de Pirlo. But anytime teams press us, and Jorginho and Kovacic playing, they struggle mightily. That game, they struggled. Thank God for Mendy in that game, and Christensen and Rudiger. They actually played well. Messi man played a good game too. We didn't the midfield was twofold. We didn't get no defending from them. We didn't get any service. It was like Timo and Havertz were like invisible. Giroud came in the game. He had the same problem. Was not getting any service. They had a result to long balls. The defense was basically bypassing them. That tie is still in the balance. I'm just happy with 1-2-0. We got the two away goals. We just got to fight and score one on the next match. But that next game on Tuesday will be a whole lot different if we don't play well and use a different midfield. Hopefully Kante is
yeah.
like a little bit
I,
more
I think
healthier
I,
to play.
I think Jorginho slows down Chelsea a lot, especially when he in there with Kovacic. And another
On
thing
both
is,
ends.
it's like the both of them they don't know who's covering who.
Mhm.
They on different edges of the field at times. They roam me around and the two of them almost in the same spot up the field, and nobody's behind the other person. So and if either of them play with Kante, I prefer Kovacic playing with Kante.
Oh yeah,
Kante will
yeah,
cover that back. He will
yeah.
cover the back of the other midfielder. So in that respect, the midfield are very poor. Um,
Very.
but yeah, Porto missing their two best players, man. I think if the guys come back, it's going to be a tough road for Chelsea
Yes.
going into the second leg. And the thing is, hey, if they pull two away goals, then it becomes a
Man,
struggle.
yo, come
You
on
know?
now. You play a
No,
bad. You
no,
say you play a bad game, still 1-2-0. You talking about those people coming
yeah,
back?
Yeah,
but Jerry, Porto had chances in that game. They just didn't
they
capitalize
had
on
they
it.
had chances. Mendy made
They
some
had
key
chances.
saves. Mendy made some key. Our two goals and that's the thing. We're clinical in that game. Our two goals, the goal
Ah,
Mason Mount scored, the goal Mason Mount scored was very well taken. And then
yeah,
the
yeah.
mistake, the mistake that Chilwell scored his goal on. I saw Chelsea fans going crazy comparing it to Torres' goal from the Champions League on beat Barca when he ran to the keeper. I was like,
No,
can y'all calm down? I mean, they photoshopped the man in the jersey, in the Torres jersey and everything. They were going crazy. I'm like, this tie is far from over. I'll let Al talk. Let me back off because
Um,
that game took me off.
the game was a balanced game for me. I didn't think actually Porter played beyond my expectation.
Hmm.
Let me just put it that way. I really thought Porter was going to rely on defending and maybe try to play a low counter football and not try to match Chelsea toe to toe. But Porter wasn't doing that. Yes, they defended when they needed to, but they were actually attacking, and I was surprised that they were playing that well against Chelsea. So I mean the young lad took the goal well. Mason Mount, that turn from Mason Mount was spectacular, beautiful turn. And
I,
into the
I, I
back
do
post.
that. I do that weekly in FIFA, by the way.
I know we can tell. Wearing your shirt, right? But anyway,
Oh,
um,
yeah, got problem with his nice shirt.
but anyway, yeah, but the goal was well taken, beautiful turn. The turn made the goal beautiful. Um, what's his name? Chilwell goal. I called it the man with the steal, the assist, and the goal. That's how I kind of describe
He's
Ben
fast
Chilwell.
though.
Yeah, man, she
That's
was
what I like about
doing.
him. He's fast.
Yeah, so he stole the ball and then he kind of pushed it far to assist himself, and then he scored. No, I mean, I'm gonna give him credit. I mean, you have to have a little bit of composure. I know he kind of waffled the ball a little bit over there, but he managed to get it back and score that goal. So yeah, the fans can go wild and compare him. But kudos to what's their name?
Porto.
Porto. They did well. They played well regardless of the
But
2-0.
but but
Man,
But
but
why y'all keep talking about? They're supposed to be the home team. Okay, they playing. They play at a
it's not
neutral.
home.
yeah, but
They
It's a
playing at
neutral
a
exactly.
neutral
ground.
facility. But with a 2-0 deficit going into the second game, even with Oliveira, who for me is the number one player. I don't know if he's gonna be available next week or not. But
Oliveira, he's back from suspension. Oliveira and
uh,
Taremi.
well, if he comes back, even if he comes back, I don't see them beating Chelsea 2-0
Yeah, and
No,
there where I
no,
was
or
going.
scoring more than two goals
There
and
where I was
qualifying. So for
going.
me, the star is over.
no.
Well, I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
think it's
write
over.
Porto off completely. This is football we're talking about. This is like a huge. I know it's a away goal. It's hard to come back from two away goals and try to win it. I think I will put it this way: the game right now is Chelsea to close out. That's just how I'm gonna put it. I'm not gonna say that it's all wrapped up in the bag. The gift, there's nothing else that can be returned or anything like that. A Walmart is still open. The gift can be
And
returned.
and
Well, Walmart is still
before we leave from this game, right?
Uh-huh.
I see Jared discrediting Porto and for them playing away from home. I, if you paid attention to Porto games, this because I was looking at that midfield playing. And
I've
I was like,
only seen the only
wait.
other time I've seen them was
That's
Juventus.
why, yeah, that's why you discrediting them. I went back. I took my time after that game. I took my time. Went back to the group stages.
Mhm.
Nobody, and I'm not exaggerating. If you got time, like next week or over the weekend, take a time and just watch. Just came through. Nobody has played Porto flowing football yet. No team has played flowing football. They press. They can counter press like mad dogs, and they can work like super hard. And everybody they play, they've been making games difficult for them. So I went back out. It kind of let me back off a little bit on Chelsea, but Chelsea can still play better than they played. They got to fix that midfield and get some better attacking up there. Link the midfield link the midfield to the attack. That's the only way. I mean, I'm not saying yeah, Porto can't beat us. I'm just saying the tie is not over for them to relax and think it's over. We just lost to a 19 place team, 5-2.
Yeah, speaking of the attack, Moringa, what's his name? Moringa wasn't, that
He
clinical
tried
enough.
his best. He tried
He
to test people. He tried to test people and bully people, but everywhere he went, it was locked down.
so
You
yeah,
know,
so and I was saying that when he comes back, the return, like he has to be more than the what's the thing called, the shape Moringa leave and work a lot of miracle in there. But
Mhm.
we'll see what happens in the next one.
I'll tell you what happened. Chelsea will beat them. Go on to the next game.
It's
So
better.
we go on to
It's
the
better
next.
better now.
Nah, no, to go on to the next game for me. They probably I kind of expected Bayern Munich at home to PSG. I expected uh, PSG to spring up a surprise, and they did. And the only thing I can say is Kylian. If Kylian is on any team, you got to really you got to, you got to take your hats off and put him in a good position. And he was. Gnabry for Bayern was missing. He had COVID, but I'll let you out. I don't know if you saw that again. I'll let you take the mantle and describe for us briefly what happened and what were you surprised about and how you see the second leg going.
Um, I know I must say some stuff that you guys probably won't agree with me on this one.
We know you're not impressed with anybody, so
So
you're not
no,
gonna
no, it's this is really not about being impressed or
be.
I know that PSG won that game,
Mm.
and Mbappe was, on point. He took advantage of the counter, and I just want to say that was it the last goal, the
yeah.
one with the tight ankle.
The goal he
Oh
get the
yeah,
goal by
yeah,
the eyes. What
yeah.
he actually
Yeah,
They were
he
going
get a far
wide.
post. Yeah.
yeah. He even fooled me watching that game because
Yeah.
I don't know how he did that
I've seen Mbappe do that several times.
to hit that ball at that close cut ankle and just slip it. No, that for me, that goal ooze
He froze. Yeah.
world class.
He froze Neuer.
I'm gonna
He froze
say,
Neuer.
yeah, it ooze. You have to be. You have to have special talent for that kind of stuff.
You
And
think he meant it though, Al, or
He
is
meant
this
it. He
one of
meant
those
to do it.
things
He
where
meant to do it. He meant to do it.
He fooled.
He
He
meant to
fooled
do
the
it.
goalkeeper. He did that. He was kicking first, and then he
Yes.
stopped.
Yes.
And then when everybody thought he had hit the ball,
And he
before
just
he
did
hit
it for
it.
some kind of way he
He
does
meant
his
to
foot.
do it. He meant to
Yeah,
do
he
it.
meant to do
Yeah,
it.
it was planned. There's no accident, coincidence, whatever, a situation caused nothing. He planned it.
Yeah, he meant to do it.
But let me go. My boy Moteng hot up. You know, he didn't get
Triple Moteng.
back.
The Stoke genius.
But Muller, I know Muller.
Let me cut you off, sport. Have you read that guy? Have you read his full name?
Yeah.
He got some
Maxime
man.
Choupo-Moting.
Eric
Maxime
Maxime
Choupo-Moting.
Yeah, but my boy, he didn't disappoint starting up top. Muller needs. I know Muller's drags player, which is a good thing, you know, especially when they have Lewandowski playing. But you know,
I thought Choupo-Moting scored. The Muller took both defenders with him.
Yeah, but you know, and he played. I'm not gonna he tried, you know, but it wasn't working for him. But you know, sometimes I think he needed to do a little bit more.
He scored.
Yeah,
he's a former PSG player too. Last year when they lost the Champions League final, he was on that squad. He was in that team, and he played that game.
The two goals were you know, head up goal. But what struck me, another thing that struck me, like Lira Senate, was non-existent. I don't know why. He just almost like he wasn't there, and I think it hurts Bayern chances in that game as well. I thought, and this is what I'm going to say, it's going to sound crazy here, but I actually thought Bayern Munich was the better team.
No, they had a lot of chances.
It's not going to sound crazy because I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah, for me,
Bayern Munich had over 20-something shots on goal.
Without
Lewandowski, they have 20-something shots on goal. They were peppering. I watched the game. They were peppering PSG. PSG were clinical enough and scored their goals, but that tie is not over. That tie is not over.
Yeah, but I don't think it's over either, because with 3-2, that's
a lot of away
even
goals.
Though they got three away goals, but if Bayern Munich beat them 2-0, Bayern Munich qualifies, because it'll be 4-2.
That's what I'm saying.
Bayern Munich will not beat 2-0 in Paris.
No. Bayern is capable of doing that.
No, they are. But
they are.
We have to see who's going to be available for this return leg, and it's going to tell us what's going to happen.
Lewandowski not coming back.
Lewandowski is out for 4 weeks.
What I was going to say on what Taran touched on, that
what is the Nabry's? What is Nabry's
COVID? I don't know if he's going to be available, because it used to be 14 days. 21 days. So I don't think he's going to play.
I gotta look up and see.
What are you going to say? What are you going to say, Drinko?
No, I'm going to say Bayern played well, and they probably was the better team in that game. Mm-hmm. But with all the chances they had, missing Lewandowski proved the point that they need him to play. Mm-hmm. If he were in that game, I don't think PSG walk away with it.
After that game, there's this news that came out that Bayern was trying to buy a striker. I guess
they missed a lot of goals.
Yeah, they done, because frankly, Muller is not an all-out striker. He's not.
He's never been.
Muller plays like a number 10 or number 8. That's how he plays.
Exactly. He like one maybe Harry Kane kind of goal scorer. But I think this was the best of all the ties. This game was the best of the 4 games in this round. And Mbappe again was Mbappe. I don't think we got much. Of course, I agree with Al that Sané was non-existent in that game. I think Coleman was excellent in that game. He caused a lot of trouble for PSG. But Di Maria and Neymar were they two were just average in that game.
Neymar
was okay.
Neymar had 2 assists, right?
The first goal, yeah. It was one of the first time I saw him be a mature player, where I'm not saying he doesn't assist, but the old Neymar would have taken that shot instead of.
No. When you're playing with Barcelona, he used to do that a lot.
Oh yeah.
He used to set up Messi and Suarez a lot.
That's Messi.
But he's been
at PSG. I've watched him whole season at PSG to do a lot of stupid things.
He's been doing that. Remember one time, way back in the podcast, I said the mature Neymar. You guys remember? And I mentioned that he was playing like a mature player, and then you guys laughed. He's been doing that stuff. It's not new. It's just that you got to pay attention to him. It's just like he got there all the time. He would do his crazy. He would do the real Nehemiah stuff, and act, whatever. But no, he was good. That ball, you saw how quick he was, and to show his maturity. When with the ball that he put over the top and the goal, Marquinhos goal.
Oh yeah, that pass.
You saw how
yeah.
quickly Nehemiah reacted to the Bayern player not paying attention and falling asleep.
All I went to sleep.
Yeah, and he sent that ball over the top, and Marquinhos was just on it and buried it. So he's maturing, but he's been doing it. I've been observing it.
I also
There's
think
one.
I also think that if Ferretti is back and plays for PSG, it's gonna be a whole different PSG.
Yeah.
I think they really miss Ferretti in that midfield. For
Is
them.
he injured too? Or what's going on with him?
I think he's injured. I think
they gotta fix that defense because didn't Marquinhos go off hurt?
Marquinhos
he went out. He went out.
Yeah, and Kepembe is not the best defender in the world.
Nope.
No, he's very.
I told you last week. Nope, that's the weakness.
But
so, but I think they really need Ferretti to come back. If
there's one name,
that's good.
In this time, I haven't heard anybody talk about, and I think that's very disrespectful. No, what Dana? Keylor Navas never gets the respect.
Yes.
Navas.
Nobody ever mentions Navas. That guy is
I was going to mention him.
Underrated goalkeeper in world football. He does his job, never gets the respect, never gets the recognition, but he goes about. That guy had like 20 saves or something between 18 and 20 saves that game. But we've just spent almost 10 million again.
You're quite correct because and those saves were not just ordinary saves; they were very crucial saves.
He was very busy,
and it would have if it was more goals.
I did think about him in that game.
Those saves would have been goal.
Man, I'm telling you, they could have beaten PSG like 8-3. I'm telling you,
that's why I said it. The second leg, they
goal.
Got a chance. Even with all Lewandowski, Bayern got a chance of progressing. And I'm sure when they come in the second leg, they're gonna be on. They're gonna play. They're not going to joke with PSG.
I personally want PSG to win and kick them out so everybody can have a chance to win. Because if Bayern go ahead and Lewandowski come back, man, it's curtains, man. Nobody have a chance to win it, yo.
Yeah, I think I want PSG.
No, but on Navas, man, I got mad respect for that dude. That dude is pretty good. And being a Madrid fan,
you win 3 Champions League and they kick you out.
Aren't you a Madrid fan? What are you talking about?
you know that boy can switch anytime.
Oh man,
I just playing devil's advocate.
It's so unreliable.
Anyways, on that note, we've taken an extra long time on this part of the first part of the podcast, so we'll take a quick break and we'll be back for part 2. All right, welcome to the second part of Africans Talking Sports. We will go back to our bread and butter, the English Premier League, and we will kick off with the much anticipated game of the weekend, Arsenal at home to Liverpool. I'll be totally honest with you guys. I didn't see the first half of this game. I saw the second half, and I had to come back and actually watch it. But after I saw it was 0-0, I didn't even.
You didn't miss much.
Apparently, it was boring. So.
It was kind of dry.
Yeah, but let me give my own.
Why you want to go first? You want to give excuses?
I didn't go first on any of the other games. I can't go first on this one.
Let him go.
I didn't see anything from.
I thought you were going to let TPM30 go first.
I already know one of us is going to talk a lot on this one, so I'm not going to. I didn't see anything. The whole team was toothless. I mean, I know what's his name. Xhaka was a couple of players they didn't play. Saka was injured. Smith Rowe didn't play. Odegaard played, but he was injured. He was injured on international duty with Norway, and they forced him and play him, and he really
came off.
Yeah, and he really didn't have much to give. But the game itself, defensively, Arsenal weren't good. Carrying the ball up front, we didn't offer anything. I thought this was one of the worst games I've seen from the coach, from Arteta himself. The team didn't offer much. A very regular Liverpool team. No, it's true. If the man doesn't do well, I would say it. He didn't anticipate what Klopp was going to do. He didn't come prepared. And once Tierney went off, the whole defense crumbled.
Yeah, and he's hurt for a few weeks, right? Like 4 weeks or
It's
so.
probably more
That's
than that,
that's
4 to
bad. That's
6 weeks.
bad.
Yeah.
That's a big piece you guys missing.
Very
And
big
if you
loss.
look at our Europa Cup game, I know we're not supposed to talk about that, but that's where
It
the game
shows.
came from. It shows because Cedric, nobody next to him. All you gotta do is pump the ball forward, but he goes back to Gabriel, and then that ends up in a corner, which ends up in a goal. But not
Yeah,
doing work.
what's been going on with Gabriel lately? He's been like he started off like great, but the last few
Since he
games I
had
watched with
COVID,
him,
no, since he had COVID, Kima, he
yeah,
hasn't been the same.
he hasn't been
No,
as
Didn't,
good.
he
didn't he
played.
play better when he had David Lewis next to him?
He no, in his games he's been playing like he would start a game well, but then somewhere along the line, it will start to turn bad. So it's not that he didn't play well the whole entire games, but it just he starts well and then the end is just
Yeah,
not good.
he's been off for me because he started like very bright when he came at the beginning of the season, and then he just started like going down and
The
going.
man
But
won
it's
I don't know.
player of the season, and not player of the season, but player of the month for us for 3 months. The first 3 months was him. I don't know. The Arsenal virus has caught him. The
same thing. It, looked like
calamity virus.
it didn't take long to catch Party because I don't know what's going on with him too.
Yeah,
That's another, yeah, Pate being sloppy with the
he's been
passes.
giving the ball away everything.
Like he been
my
mad sloppy
God.
because Pate gotta understand you in England, you're not in Spain anymore.
But even in
That-
the Europa
that-
Cup game,
he
was still losing
Same thing,
balls
yeah, he was
and
still-
passing balls
Yeah.
to the unforced
Because that-
errors.
Remember when I asked you, I said why does Pate play overconfident football? He's supposed to be like a like a central midfielder, but he plays like an attacking midfielder. The way he plays, he takes his time, like dancing and dribbling with the ball and
With his
passing
long foot.
these cute passes. I'm like, what Pate doing? You better get your stuff together, bro. It's a different league.
You see, this is like you finish, Jared, because
I'm done.
Well, wait. We'll get you last. We'll get you last.
We'll get
We'll
you
get you
last,
last,
because you got a
bro.
lot to say.
Hey, by the time you're done talking, you'll be like, let's go to the next game.
I don't have much on this game. Arsenal was very poor. I don't know if you can point any one player that was outstanding for Arsenal in that game.
Nope.
Liverpool was poor too in the first half. In the first half, I
Mhm.
remember texting Geeks and telling him their game sucks. I was about to leave the game after the first half.
The game was dry.
Yeah,
And
the
then-
second half actually just turned out to be some bad defending by Arsenal and Liverpool
all three of the
capitalized and
goals.
got
All
the
three of the goals were bad defensive. Like the first goal, they won at Alexander Arnold cross. I mean, you got what's the guy named Holding? That was Holding, right?
Yeah.
Holding was in front of the cross, and somebody else was behind Jota.
And Jota is a short
And
dude.
Jota is a short dude, and Jota rose above them and had that ball away. He had that ball away, and then the Salah goal was like comical, because Gabriel, you running with Salah, okay? Salah's fast. You don't run with a fast dude if you're bigger. Use your elbow or your hand, and tilt him off his pace a little bit. Yeah, tilt him off his pace. You don't run with him pace for pace. That's why he made a mistake. He tried to run with Salah pace for pace. By the time Salah was in the box, he tried to do a slide tackle, and at that point, you're not gonna stop Salah. Salah got to step on you. He tried to do a slide tackle. Salah just lifted the ball a little bit over his leg. It kind of bobbled, and then Leno came out. He just like nutmeg Leno. Everybody's like, "Oh, Leno came in and put the ball." I mean, is a goalie. Leno wasn't expecting to keep that ball down. He was expecting Salah to go for one of the corners or something. He came up and he made himself big. And Salah just like played the ball like soft on the ground. The third goal though,
I don't know what making himself big.
he made himself big. He made himself big. He made himself wide. That's why they put that ball. Yeah, he made himself big because he went to cover the angles. And then the goal they bought that Gabriel gave away. That was just a cheap thing for the third goal. So I mean, it was bad defensive plays in that game. Liverpool, they scored at 3 goals, but it ain't.
They didn't deserve to win 3. But Arsenal didn't do anything in that game. I don't remember a shot on target, to be honest. I don't. The second half I saw, I didn't see any shot on target. Aubameyang on the left wasn't working. So anyway,
you got the floor. Yeah, you can go ham.
Look, there's this game. I don't know what to say because the entire team was sluggish. I don't even know if we even had a bright spot for like 5 minutes in that game, to be honest. I know that for most of the first half, we tried to hold our own, but there was nothing that we did in that game to threaten Liverpool in that first half, even though the score was 0-0. But again, Arsenal is just, it's always this thing about Arsenal. Why do we, why don't we have a game plan to play, to take the game to some people? I mean, why do we play? We play like the Slavia Prague, Olympiacos. The same way we play those teams is the same. I mean, it's the same way we play Liverpool. It's like it's always like, I don't know if it's as a carefulness. You want to win a game, but you're playing this kind of a scary football. And people talk about this Arteta process and defense. I don't know what the defense is at. I know they say, oh, because people not doing a lot of go on us, but I mean, I don't see it. And we can talk all day about the players not this, the players not that, but you're not going to sack or sell 25 or whatever the amount of players we got in that squad. So there's one person that needs to fall, and I keep saying it. The man is clueless.
Oh.
No, let the man talk. Let the man talk. Talk.
I'm serious. It's I mean, it's kind of
Al, what's Arsenal record with Arteta? How many? I mean, have he had more wins than losses?
Emery got a better record than him. Let's just put it that way.
Emery got a better
he's
record.
lasted longer than
Emery has played more games than Arteta.
Okay, the first 50 games.
Arteta has
the first 50 games, Emery got a better record. Just let's do the first 50 games. Emery still has a better record than him.
So you think Arteta is a bad coach?
He's not a coach. He's not ready yet to coach a team like Arsenal. I mean, it's just a simple truth. Look, this guy, the man don't know how to manage games. You see how Arteta stands when the team is crumbling around him, he stands on the sideline, and you don't see him trying to do nothing.
Man, Pep's doing that. What Pep does.
The man actually.
But Pep can afford to do that with the squad that he has, though. You're not Pep. Pep can afford to do that because Pep has nothing to prove to nobody, except for winning the Champions League with another team other than Barcelona. That's the only thing. But when it comes to league games, Pep got nothing to prove to nobody. Pep can not win the league for 2 seasons, but he's going to still finish in the top 1, 2, 3, depending. So he has nothing to prove when it comes to that. But you just a new coach starting to make your name.
Okay, I will give you 1 more minute for rent.
No, hold on, man.
Man, talk, man.
Yeah, where you going? Yeah, but you cannot do it. And I'm talking against his coach, so he didn't want me to talk plenty. That's why he's doing all that.
No,
but I mean, we are bad. We are bad. We are bad. Simple put, we're bad. But the coach, for me, he's just not good enough, man. He's not good enough.
3 p.m. 3-0.
Yes, 3 p.m. 3-0. I was not wrong. I was right. It was still a team in red jersey.
Well, can I counter one?
No, I'm not going to let you live with that.
I'm not
going to let you live with that.
Go ahead.
No, let me let the man. I'll agree. There are 2 things he said. I agree with him. I think his in-game management can improve. He doesn't know when to make the right subs, and he insists on doing things. 3 things I say I agree with. 1, he doesn't know how to make the proper subs and when to make them.
Mm-hmm.
He insists on playing certain players when there are better options. Martinelli, for example, there's no reason why he shouldn't be starting games. Willian has been poor since he came, but he insists on Willian because apparently Willian positioning is better than Martinelli. But Willian at no point offers any threat of scoring in any of the games I've seen him play.
He slows the team down.
Yeah. The third thing I agree with Al on is sometimes you watching a game, there is no intent. And there's some games you will watch, some of the teams will play, you can say, yes, we know that we want to do something. Some games you watch and say, we're just waiting for something to happen, waiting for the opposition to do something before we switch it on. And that I agree with, but I disagree where he said he's not a coach. I think he is something.
But if you just agree with all of that, that just shows he's not a coach.
So,
I mean, he's a new guy.
Since Wenger left, I don't think any coach has satisfied you at Arsenal.
And you used to like Emery in the beginning.
Emery, I used to kind of like Emery, but I just feel like Emery English speaking was not good enough that it kind of harmed me with the team. You know, the thing about coaching is you have to have certain connection with the
I
squad.
tell you what happened to Emily.
I don't think it's the English because Bielsa can speak a little English
No,
and
no.
he pushing his
Exactly.
voice.
But you know,
Exactly.
but you know now certain coaches come with certain respect. But you know, let me look. Lando needs to learn how to punch football outside of his goal. He did it in the was it the second goal? He this thing he do when he punches ball, he punches it up and not away.
Well, in the UEFA call, he punched it up into the net.
Yeah, and he did it. The Liverpool goal, he did the same thing. I think it was the second Liverpool goal. He punched
I
it
mean,
up.
for that one, I said from the beginning of the season, they should have sold Leno and stuck with Martinez because the Peking had 10 years at Arsenal, but because they felt Leno was the higher buy money-wise, they decided to stick with.
I got one question.
But
for,
even
I
we
got a
who
question
not the
for-
Arsenal fans, we all have
B.
said
Scott.
that you know you saw the wrong goalkeeper.
No, I mean,
I got a
knew
question
that.
for B. Scott.
Go ahead, ask away.
So,
I'm
now,
here.
you see, I said something.
Mhm.
I wonder if you're gonna agree with me. So now, do you agree with me that the reason most of Arteta wins that have happened is because of individual players and not necessarily because of his process or tactics? Do you agree?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You cannot say that when he lose is his fault, but when he win is the players. But when he lose, that's him. You can't have it both ways.
Yeah,
if he
you can't.
wins, you got to credit the wins to him. When he lose, you got to credit the losses to him. He would have done better if he were playing certain players and he can improve in certain things. But there are things Arteta does that you can tell that he's a good football manager, and eventually it will come. It may not happen for him at Arsenal. Maybe he will go somewhere else and it will happen for him there. But I'm going to give him time. I want to give him to the end of next season. Well, I don't think I know for a fact that he's going to be there to the end of next season, except results.
No, I mean they're not going to fire him. That one we all know that.
Yeah, I think he's going to be
with
there
the
for
loss,
a
when
while.
Saka, you know, with the loss of Saka and Turner, them, it is going to be. He's going to have some rough patch. Trust me. But
See,
yeah, that's what I have for this team, man. I'm done with it.
When it's Dringo, then Dringo don't have patience. But now that it's
Right.
out, nobody say Al don't have patience. Al don't have
No,
patience.
Dringo, your
Arsenal, man,
patience.
just since
The
when
next weekend, you're gonna start saying something negative of Vinicius Jr.
he messes up. Yeah, why?
Anyway, we'll go to our final game review of the weekend. A very unexpected that everybody got wrong. Chelsea and Chelsea at home to West Brom.
Oh,
Let me
man.
just go first on this one.
Pereira, hey.
Let me just go first on this one. First of all, Chelsea have had results like this the last few seasons. For some odd reason, and the core players that have been caught in these results are still in this team. And they are the ones who are always caught in these results. I'm not scapegoating nobody. The whole team play horrible.
I will scapegoat Jorginho.
Wait. I'm coming. The whole team play bad. When things start going wrong with that core group of players, when things start going wrong, it's like they lose all sense of where they are in the field and all sense of belonging. I said that stuff when Tuchel came when we were playing teams that were impressing us. The teams were just sitting in the low blocks and they were playing and getting away with Jorginho and Kovacic. I said it seemed like a Champions League game. Jorginho and Kovacic cannot play in the midfield. Jorginho basically gave Thiago Silva a red card. Both of his yellow cards.
That wasn't a red though.
Oh no, it wasn't a red, but both. I mean, it was still either card. Both of those cards were Jorginho's fault. One of the goals, not even one of the goals. Two of the goals were Jorginho's direct fault. He gave a blind backwards header. You a midfielder. You don't know what's going behind you. You give a blind backwards header on your team trying to get back in the game with 10 men, and then you play with 10 men. The coach comes around and flips the team and tells you guys to sit in the block. Jorginho's still pushing up to go and mark two people that got the ball and losing space behind him and having West Brom looking like freaking Barcelona. West Brom scored like all beautiful goals, like all the goals they scored. Every single goal they scored were good goals. The first goal, Zuma fell asleep. The goalie had an assist from a goal kick. Zuma fell asleep. Yeah.
That one could have happened to any team, though. I mean, the whole team didn't react.
You can have a red card. You can have a red card and
the whole team didn't react to that ball. It's not just Zuma.
What the whole team, right? The ball went where everybody hit. The ball bounced in front of the ball bounced in front of Zuma.
He just happened to be the person
That's
closest
where
to it,
that's
but
where
none
the
of
ball
them really
bounced.
reacted.
That's where the ball bounced. That's your position. That's where the ball bounced. Your boy was back to his old thing. He was I can pick out. I can pick on him, but Marcus Alonso was another person that was horrible in that game.
I knew it was gonna come
Horrible,
from. I knew it was gonna come
horrible.
And the man had a good free kick.
Freak. So what?
The goal, right?
Yeah, that was the end of the goal.
Yeah,
That thing was wicked, man.
Yes, he's still horrible. He was horrible in that game. The team played like crap. That's why I wasn't expecting much from them in the Portugal game. That's how the way they play. I was like, oh, they probably still shell shocked. They probably still shell shocked. Tuchel needs to make change. I know he's been tweaking the team, but he needs to make changes with what works. Right now, you're in the dead end of the season. You can't be dropping points on foolishness. That was dropping points on. There's no way you down to 10 minutes. West Brom should score 5 goals on you. No way in hell. But I'll just let y'all talk. That's all I got for that game.
What happened is Chelsea had a bad start, and Jorginho caused the first 2 goals, right? And once the first goal happened and the red card happened after the 2 yellow card, and then the second goal happened, Chelsea just got deflated. And from that point on, they were just a deflated team. And then Tuchel didn't help by keeping Jorginho in that game and taking out Hakim. I think he should have kept Hakim in that game.
Yep.
And taking out Jorginho from the game. And then once the red card happened and Thiago left the game, when Thiago left the game, the whole defense was in disarray.
Well, did they go back to a full defenders at the back? Did they change the whole thing to full, or was it still 3 defenders?
No, they went back. They went to 4. They went to 4 defenders at the back. They went to 4 flat because they took out Hakim to make the defense a little bit more solid.
That's when they brought in Christensen. When they took out Hakim, he should have taken out Jorginho and brought in Christensen and kept Hakim in that game. I think it would have made a difference. Chelsea was just poor. They were poor in that game. They were deflated. They were done. And West Brom took their chances. When they got the chances, they took it. And Chelsea should have sat back after they got that red card and played like they had 10 men on the field, and don't try to play like Jorginho were acting like they will stay 11 men on the field. You had 10 men on the field. You had to defend the game.
I mean, they sat back for a while, but people are still out of position. How are you sitting back and still out of position with players? Come on, man.
I mean, they're not. They've been playing with us 3 at the back. Maybe it's just ingrained in them. And everybody, once that was away, everybody just lost their sense of positioning.
Oh, because you're playing 3 in the back for 11 games. It became ingrained for the whole season. Come on, man.
You've been playing since you were a kid, and you've been playing multiple formations. So I don't think that should be an excuse. Look, man. I mean, the game, it is what it is, and I think the red card was the key turning point in that game. Most of the first half, you guys held your own, but once that red card came, apparently the whole thing just turned around. And Big Sam did a big thing, man. Big Sam did a 5 thing.
But
what?
No, go ahead.
So yeah, I mean, it was a bad day. It was a bad day at the office. This is the first time that a Tuchel team has taken. I think this is the only game you guys have really taken that much goal, right?
This is his first loss.
It's the only game we lost.
Yeah,
the only game he lost.
Yeah, so I mean, it happens. Maybe he's going to learn from it, and hopefully he's going to start taking a closer look at some of these players and switch them up.
I think it's just one of those. There are 2 things I think happened. One, after international break, a lot of big teams in Europe lost this weekend. And what's his name? Drinko were posting a lot of those results in the chat room. Where after international break, a lot of freak results happened all across Europe. A lot of big teams lost. And Chelsea were the first team to play. That's a midday game after international break. Plus the red card. I think that's the 2 big factors for that game.
You can lose 2-1.
Yeah.
Lose 2-0. Don't lose 5 freaking 2. West Brom. West Brom. West Brom don't score. They don't score.
I remember.
They don't score.
I remember Arsenal was top of the league and went to Chelsea and lost 6-0 there on an early Saturday morning.
Yeah,
I
but
can
Chelsea
never
was
forget
good.
that.
Chelsea was
So-
good. Chelsea
Yeah,
had a good
but-
team.
Yeah,
Chelsea had a good
well,
team, and you got a record. Remember that you had a record.
well,
Chelsea had a good-
exactly. That's
but
why
Chel-
this game reminded
No,
me.
but
Chelsea
not
had-
West
Chelsea-
Brom, bruh.
Yeah, but Chelsea
No,
had a good
okay,
team.
yeah,
Chelsea had
that-
Five
Hazard,
goals for
Oscar,
75
Eto'o, all
goals
the
for
guys.
West Brom?
Chelsea had a good team.
I can understand if
A
you
good
draw the
team.
game and don't score and draw the game, maybe 0-0 or something like that. But
What?
to chip 5 goals in,
No, speaking of, they didn't travel.
To
They
touch
didn't
on
travel. They all stayed down there.
Jerry's point, I did mention the last time that after international week,
What kind of freak results happen?
The
I mean,
results are
normally we always lost
different.
after.
especially for the big
International.
teams, because the big teams got more players going out, right?
Mhm,
But I
mhm.
think the defeat to Chelsea, then it start to draw. Tara not gonna like this, but it started to draw Thomas Tuchel into perspective. It's like, what are you gonna do under pressure? What are you gonna do when you're down to 10 men? Because we see him playing, and when you're winning and you're playing well, it's all good and bad. But I don't think he reacted well to Chelsea going down to 10 men. I don't think he reacted appropriately when Chelsea went down to 10 men. And I think he should take some of the blame too.
All right, that's fair. That's fair enough. On that very sober note, we'll go on to give some of the results of the weekend, and we'll go on to our predictions. So, some of the other results from this weekend Premier League games were Leeds United won at home to Sheffield United 2-1. Leicester City lost to Man City 2-0. Newcastle and Tottenham 2-2 with your boy Joe Willock scoring at the very end at the Arsenal board. Southampton won 3-2 at home to Burnley. That was a lot of goals that I didn't think was going to happen. Aston Villa beat Fulham 3-1. United beat Brighton 2-1 in a very exciting game that all was decided in the last 10 minutes. Wolves finally decided to score some goals, and they lost at home 3-2 to West Ham. Everton and Palace did a 1-1. Did not see that. And today, actually, there was a game in the Premier League
Yeah, I
where
forgot.
finally Adama Traore finally scoring a goal after almost
The Fulham
after
and Wolves
like
game,
13,
right?
I think like 15. Yeah, he won. Wolves won 1-0 away from.
Yeah,
him.
Wolves won 1-0.
Yeah, and Adama Traore finally scored a goal since December 2019. So that's the roundup. We'll go ahead and do some predictions for this coming weekend. First thing tomorrow morning, we have Man City at home.
Are
to
we
Leeds.
Are we gonna go over the CL prediction for second round, or we just gonna?
No, we're not gonna bother with that. We'll come by here, we'll review it. We already did who's gonna go through and all of that last time around. So let's do the predictions for this weekend. Man City at home to Leeds United. Let's go to Drenko. Give us a prediction.
The great
Or
football in
unbiased-
Leeds United.
or
The
unbiased
great
prediction.
The great football in Leeds United is going to win the game 2-1. I think they're going to pick their chances, and I think City is going to shovel the team, and I think Leeds is going to take
Actually,
Take a win.
Does City ever
2-1.
show the team?
Yeah, they
maybe
do.
they
City
shuffle
shovel
it.
their
do
team
a lot.
every week.
Every
They
week.
shuffle a lot.
they
That's
do
why.
it.
That's why I don't even pick the players team. That's why I don't pick the players.
And then say
team.
don't pick them because
They can
they'll
always
be over
shuffle.
there arresting people.
And-
What was your prediction time? Something reasonable.
A 2-2 game. 2-2 draw.
Al,
The City's gonna beat them. 3-0.
I'm gonna go with 3-1 with Bamford getting a consolation.
Look. We started to look very bad with the predictions. Y'all need to be skipping out, man.
What do you mean? That's a
You
man
know how
score.
that been correct?
A man score.
I'm just messing with him. I'm just messing with him.
Liverpool at home to Aston Villa.
They formed like Liverpool. I can't even trust them. I'm telling you. I'm going with 2-1 to Liverpool.
Ty,
2-0 Liverpool.
Drenko.
3-1 Liverpool.
Wow, I'm going 1-1. I think Liverpool will rest some players and Villa will show up.
I think Liverpool's gonna be mad. I think either way, whatever team.
I don't know, man. Talking Liverpool will be mad, but
Oh shoot! Hudson boys. 12:30
the
tomorrow.
rabbit we're gonna see rabbit being put out of the hat here. Let's go.
Hudson boys tomorrow. Crystal Palace, 12:30 at home to Chelsea. Ty, let's go with you.
Chelsea 2-0.
Damn. Ah,
Yeah, Chelsea's gonna win this one. I think it's gonna be a rebound for Chelsea this one. So I'm going with a 2-1.
Drinko.
I know you pick against Real Madrid. I don't expect you to go against Crystal Palace, but anyway, Chelsea wins 2-0.
I'm going for a 1-1. Uh, I went for a 1-1 in that game. Burnley at home to Newcastle.
Burnley and Newcastle United. I'm gonna go with Burnley. 1-0.
1-0 to who?
Burnley.
So they're gonna
Okay.
go with Burnley.
Ty.
Newcastle 1-0.
What about you, Drinko?
I think Burnley gonna win the game 2-0. I think they're playing well.
I'm going with Burnley 2-1. West Ham at home to Leicester City. That's a good game. What's your prediction?
2-1 West Ham. I'm going off the cuff here.
Ty.
1-1 draw.
Drinko.
I was depending on Leicester City to have a good game against City too. Manchester City, and they let me down. But I think this one is a good
It's
game.
Man City, man.
I think this one's gonna end 2-2. It's gonna be a draw.
I am going with Drenko 2-2 on this game. On this game too. A big one on Sunday. Tottenham Hotspur at home to Manchester United. Jose boys.
I think you know what? United's gonna beat this game. 2-1 United.
Spurs at home though.
It don't matter.
Draco.
Yeah, I think the Thursday night schedule is gonna hurt United in this one. Spurs win the game 2-1. I think Spurs gonna take their chances.
Ty.
Spurs 2-1.
Yeah, I'm going with Spurs to 1-0 to Tottenham. 2 o'clock Sunday. Arsenal away to Sheffield United. Ty, what's your prediction?
Arsenal 3-1.
Drinko?
Tara in my head today, bro. Oh yeah, Arsenal gonna win the game 3-1.
Al?
3-0 Arsenal.
I actually don't have faith in Arsenal. I'm going with 1-1.
Sheffield? Yeah, please.
Tara.
You know, but
if the man had said this about Real Madrid or PSG, his other teams, I would have, I would say, okay, that's Jared. But the man saying this about his first love, Arsenal.
Arsenal not confident right now. There's no confidence in the team.
If we lose that,
a lot
game,
of key
they better fire him.
key
Seriously.
players. They're not
I'm not gonna fire
him.
Teta. They're building around
They're
Teta.
building around Mikel. Don't
If
worry
he
about
loses
it. We
game,
already signed
I don't care about
Balagun.
that building stuff.
Nah, they're building around Teta.
Let's move on from.
Yeah, let's move on, man. Don't worry about it. You will get on board eventually. West Brom at home to Southampton Monday.
Watch West Brom lose 2-0. I'm telling you, they won't offer nothing in that game. I guarantee you. Oh yeah.
What about you, Draco?
The boy on the energy last game, right?
They got extra days to rest.
They will lose the game 2-0.
I think Southampton wins the game 1-0.
I'm going for a draw, 1-1. I don't trust neither one of them.
I think Big Sam is going to do something, man. They got momentum. I'm going 1-0 West Brom at home.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, the final game of the weekend, Brighton at home to Everton. Drinko, who you got?
Got Brighton winning 2-0. I think Everton is kind of depleted a little bit these days.
Yeah.
Al?
Brighton, 1-0.
Ty?
Everton winning the game 1-0.
I am going with a 2-1 win to Everton myself. So that wraps up our predictions. And this week, we'll let Ty give us a close out. Ty, wrap it up. Let's get out.
Thank you guys for hanging in there. We'll see you next week. Let's see how these games. We got some good games tomorrow, so the weekend should start off good. I hope my boys can do something. I hope Tuchel draws a better team. I don't want to see Jorginho and J5 on my team, but with the Champions League with Porto coming up, he might just play them because he want to play the other people in the. He might want to play Chilwell and Conte in the Champions League. But yeah, we got some good games coming up. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook, IG. We're not on Twitter yet. Follow us everywhere. Subscribe, share with your friends, share to spam. And have a good week. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Peace.